Hi Jos, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
Congratulations on your new arrival, first of all.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure you're glad to be glad to be back into something a bit more reasonable hours. Bear with me, a couple of bits and pieces to sweep up here. But first of all, we're reading some of the Indian press is reporting that the test match is in some doubt. Further COVID cases in their camp, and they've cancelled training this afternoon, we understand. I just want to know how much you've heard and what your reaction to that is.
Yeah, we don't know too much, to be honest, at the moment. It'd be naive to speculate too much on stuff I don't know about. At present, we're fully expecting the game to go ahead. We're preparing to play tomorrow, and fingers crossed the game will go ahead.
So as far as you're concerned, there's no additional testing or anything. You guys are all as was, really.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, no, things are all fine in our camp, and we trained well this morning. So yeah, hopefully, looking forward to the game tomorrow.
A busy morning as well, even away from the test match. We've had the T20 World Cup squad announced, obviously, of which you are vice captain. Looking at that squad, does that look like a team that can make you double world champions?
Yeah, I certainly believe so. I think it's a really exciting squad. I think the strength and depth in white ball cricket is fantastic. And you look down that sheet of paper at those names. There's some brilliant players and some match winners there. So we'll be, when we get on that plane to go there, fully excited for that challenge and going out there to try and win that tournament.
And just on the test match, coming back into it after your week at home, becoming a father again, a difficult week for the lads, really. At the Oval, are you sort of trying to bring back a bit of pep and lift the guys again?
Yeah, it was a fantastic test match, wasn't it? I guess for the neutrals. I thought the team played some brilliant cricket for large parts of that game, but couldn't quite get it done. So we're as a group determined to win this test match and to level the series. Guys have trained well, spirits are high, and for sort of one last big push this summer for a must-win game for us. So the spirits are still good in the group.
And do you have any insight at all from training or anything about how Jimmy and Ollie are pulling up in particular? They've pulled in a huge workload, and obviously nobody's wanting to just take them that one step too far. Yeah,
absolutely. They've bowled a lot of overs. They bowled fantastically well all series, and rightfully sort of taken quite a lot of rest, I think, in these few days since the last game. But they seem to be pulling up well. Jimmy, of course, is an incredibly fit guy, looks after himself. Ollie's exactly the same, and so fingers crossed they'll both be in good shape and available for selection.
You missed the previous match. Were you always going to make yourself available for this game?
Yeah, I was. As long as everything went well at home, and mum and baby are both healthy, so I made myself available for selection.
And you have some sympathy for Donny, who came in and did it behind the stumps for one game, and now he's lost the gloves again. Can you understand if he might be a bit frustrated?
Yeah, I can, but I guess. But I'm not a selector. I'm not the captain. I don't pick the team, so maybe direct those questions elsewhere.
Okay, and just looking further ahead, you've sort of hinted that there might be some issues with regard to the Ashes and you perhaps, and maybe some other players going if families are not permitted. I'm wondering where you are on that at the moment, really, what your current thoughts are.
Yeah, to be honest, I think in the current situation we're waiting for more information. I don't think there's much information to make any decisions on at the moment, so I can't really answer any questions with any sort of scenarios, because as a group we don't know exactly what it looks like yet. So fingers crossed we'll get more information as soon as possible. But COVID's been a big challenge for everyone, hasn't it? Situations are quite changeable and very challenging for administrators to put the right plans in place, etc. But I think everyone's just waiting for more clarity. It's difficult to make any decision without knowing what decision you're making.
A date in mind when you feel you need to know more information?
I didn't get that.
You have a date when you feel you need to know more information?
Yeah, as soon as possible, isn't it? Really, it's gonna sneak up quite fast. So fingers crossed in the next week or two we'll get some clarity.
Jos, the pitch looks a little bit different to the others in this series. How do you expect it to play? You obviously know this ground pretty well.
Yeah, I think generally it's a pretty good wicket here, isn't it? I think it looks maybe a little bit drier than some. I think obviously the weather's been good, hasn't it, the last little while, and but generally the wickets here are really good. May take some spin on later on in the game, as you'd expect on Test match wickets, but we played a lot of cricket here, obviously, last year as well against the West Indies and Pakistan. So should know conditions pretty well and know what we're expecting.
And just on a personal level with Test cricket this year, you've been, for whatever reason, you've been a little bit in and out of the side, and you're coming back in again this week. Have you found it hard to get your rhythm this year, or is it just it is what it is kind of situation?
No, it is what it is. But yeah, certainly haven't played my best, but by a long stretch. I think the sort of felt like that whole season, really. I guess throughout the year, certain things getting cancelled, picking up an injury, sort of. So you're finding some rhythm, but that's on yourself as a player. You have to put the work in to train hard, give yourself the best chance when you get in the middle to be there for a long period of time and make some runs. So individually, I've been working hard on that, and that's the challenge of the game. It's can you do the work to give yourself the best chance to perform in the middle.